Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Tim Cruz. I'm the Plymouth County D.A. I'm here today with Hingham Fire Chief Steve Murphy, Hingham Police Chief Dave Jones, Lieutenant Colonel State Police Scott Warmington, and many other state police officials, fire officials, police officials from various towns nearby. Approximately 10:45 this morning, there was a 911 call, actually numerous 911 calls to Derby Street shops, and the Hingham Police and the fire responded and came upon a scene here at the Apple store located here at Derby Street. Upon their arrival, there were people with numerous injuries inside the store. 16 people have been transported to hospitals, 14 to South Shore hospitals, 2 to Boston hospitals. There's been 1 fatality. Right now, family members are being notified or in the process of being notified. They're gathering nearby to get information. And obviously, needlessly to say, employees who are working in that store and nearby are visibly shaken, and they're assembling nearby. This morning was an unthinkable morning, and people are trying to get through it and process what happened. This investigation is active and ongoing. We are very limited as to what we can say at this point. It appears at the outset, preliminarily, that a dark-colored SUV went through at a rate of speed undetermined through a plate glass window and struck multiple people. And as a result of that, multiple people are being, as I said, they're being hospitalized and receiving treatment. I do want to commend, and I'm going to ask the Hingham Police Chief to come up after me, and we'll have the Hingham Fire Chief talk after that. But I also want to be in a position to commend the men and women of the Hingham and the nearby towns that responded here, really in such a professional fashion, to make what's a tragic situation potentially much less as a result of their work and their going forward. So we will try to take some questions to the extent that we can when we're all done talking. But for now, I'm going to ask Hingham Police Chief Dave Jones to come up.
Good afternoon. As D.A. Cruz said at 10:45 a.m. this morning, our regional dispatch center received multiple 911 calls for a car into a building. The first officers on scene reported multiple injuries and called for additional units to the scene. Officers and firefighters from surrounding towns responded to the scene and provided aid and secured the scene. Obviously, this is an ongoing and active investigation, and we are not able to provide any further details at this time. I'm going to now turn it over to Chief Steve Murphy from the Fire Department to provide detail from his end.
Good afternoon, and thank you, D.A. Cruz and Chief Jones. As both of them alluded to, this was a cooperative effort with personnel from many different fire departments. Collectively, we had 7 different ambulances here and 7 fire engines and 14 ambulances to treat the patients that were transported and others patients that were cleared from the scene. We also had assistance from South Shore Hospital, including our medical director was on scene here that helped treat some of these patients. We are unable to provide any updates on their condition right now. Again, this is an ongoing thing, but we want to thank everyone that was involved in this difficult situation this morning. Thank you.
D.A., what can you tell us about the driver of the SUV?
Pretty much at this point, we're not in a position to tell you anything to say that there's an active criminal investigation going on. We're not going to be in a position that we can guess or speculate. We're going to go slow and steady like we always do in any criminal investigation, making sure that we can get to the bottom of what occurred. So therefore, like I said, regarding the operator of the motor vehicle, we're looking into that. Regarding the status of the motor vehicle, we're looking into that. And obviously, we're going to get the information that we can and go forward as we should and like we do in all of our cases.
Is the driver one of the injured? Is the driver in the injured?
Those taken to the hospital?
My understanding is he's not been taken to the hospital as of yet.
Where is he?
I'm not saying where he's at, but he's under. He is right now with police officers.
And Chip, can you tell us the fatality as a customer or worker?
I don't have that information as of yet. It's a male, but like I said, we want to make sure the next of kin is notified. We don't want people guessing if they had a loved one coming to the Apple store today or somebody working at the Apple store today or working nearby. We want to make sure that they are well aware prior to any notification we come through the media.
Was the driver treated for any medical issues?
We're looking into that also.
Okay. Age of the driver?
I don't have the age as of yet.
Can you talk about it? It's busy. It's a Monday of a holiday week. There was a lot of people out here. not only from the area, but also people visiting, just how busy it was out here, and how busy was it in the Apple store when all of this happened?
You know, like I said, that'll be part of the investigation, but I certainly will say that obviously the Apple store is a very busy place, and it's Monday of a holiday week. So therefore, I don't know exactly how many people were in there. I'm sure that we will find out once we have an opportunity to review all the documents and tapes or whatever is necessary to go forward from there and figure out exactly what happened and really what the absolute unthinkable event that occurred at that store when you're just going there to buy a phone or get something fixed or whatever it may be. It's absolutely unthinkable. It's absolutely tragic. And we're going to make sure that, like I said, we're going to go slow and steady with this and get the information as we get it.
Can Chief Murphy talk a little bit about what he had to deal with all these guys?
Sure.
Was the driver of the car male or female? Chief?
So, as Chief Jones alluded, both Hingham Fire Department and Hingham Police Department and Hingham Fire Department responded, found multiple patients injured out in front of the store and in the store, including a few patients that were pinned against the wall by the vehicle. Both departments worked well and with our mutual aid counterparts to assist in safely transporting all of the patients.
What kind of injuries are you talking about?
I don't have that information.
Like structural concerns, Chief?
I'm sorry, what?
Were there structural concerns with the building at first?
The building commissioner has been involved in the scene. We've also had assistance from Plymouth County Technical Rescue Team to evaluate the structural stability. At this time, there are no concerns, but we will still continue to look into it.
Were there other citizens in the area who helped the assistance of these patients? Did they try to
I cannot hear you.
Did other people in the area help with these patients? Did they tie tourniquets?
This was a collaborative effort by multiple people involved, including bystanders, off-duty hospital personnel, whatever the case, when you have this number of patients that were injured.
Can you share what some of those bystanders were able to help you with, how they helped?
They were providing first aid for some of the injured. So.
And Chief Jones, are there surveillance cameras inside the Apple store?
That's one of the things that the detectives are looking into right now, is if there is surveillance video.
Do you also just talk about
Have you been able to give the driver a sobriety test or anything like that? Is that something you'll do?
Oh, we'll certainly look into every avenue that's possibly out there as to what happened in this event, and that's certainly part and parcel of any investigation, especially such as a tragic event such as this. So we'll be looking at everything that we need to look at and get the information as we get it, and we'll go forward. If there is a criminal matter to go forward, we will go forward in the right and appropriate manner at that time. But for now, we're really not in a position where we can really give out any of that information. When we get it, and we're in a position to relay it, we certainly will to you.
Any sort of age range on the driver?
I don't have the age range of the driver, no.
And was anyone who was on the sidewalk hurt, or were these only people inside the store who thought they jumped a curb, went in?
Well, that'll be part of the investigation, but obviously there were people in front of the store when this happened, and we're trying to piece it together right now, exactly what happened. But like I said, this is a terrible event. It's a terrible day, and we want to get to the bottom of it. And when we do, we will let you know.
You know the victims from Hingham?
I don't know that information. All right?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You say if the driver's a man or a woman?
I have not been able to say that. Thank you.
Is the plaza shut down? Is it still open?
You know what? Right now, we're going to do our job here, and when we get done, I'm sure at that point things will reopen. Some of the things will, but I think there's a lot of work to be doing at that store.
Do you think another update today?
I'm not sure. When we have something, we'll update.